Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. And Terrence Amir.
This back.
Well, I hope you. Here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? You'd like to see more jabs. Catch and Crawford's legs are all over the place. That was the moment.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Terrence Crawford just got rocked. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way it's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
That big pump doesn't land. There's a counter shot. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Nice stop, but that won't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. And down goes Crawford. Let's talk about Crawford in that last. And there's the bell for round two. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to block him.
Khan versus Crawford part two. Of course, Crawford with that TKO win in 2019 in New York City.
Amir Khan is and was one of the fastest fighters I've ever seen. And then for the first time in his whole career, he got in a ring with somebody that was faster than him, sharper than him, threw clusters much better than him. So then he thought, what is going on here? It's a new world. How does he deal with it? Then now he's got to depend on his skills. But he didn't realize that until the fight. So this is why we're doing this all over again. Amir Khan now has to depend on his skills rather than his speed, because he knows Crawford has the speed to put him out.
Nice stop, but that won't score. And hook was off target. They both want the knockout. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That hook won't score. Someone tell these very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford. And there's the bell for round three. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's gonna pop you off.
A lot of high hopes and aspirations from the fans and media alike as we get set for this main event under the sun.
Todd, this is something you could never, ever get used to. How many gyms are built outside? How many times do we train, spar, and everything outside? Now you're having a fight outside. This is where fighters may gas themselves out. This is where the environment may make so much of a difference. You may not realize it, but watch when the rounds roll on.
Blocks that left hook. Right hook misses. That right hook catching air. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought a very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last. There's the bell for round 4. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Did you see that? Amir Khan is rocked. So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornerman now, it's down for them doing their job. But get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, 2 punches better. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Khan in that last. On to the 5th we go. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Johnny, a lot of fighters focus on their defense with their hands up. Did you see that? Crawford is dazed. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. Defense is not an option for these two. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that. Let's start the sixth. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and bluff until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
Oh boy! Amir Khan dazed! And he just put Amir Khan down. So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Both men step back for just a moment. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Talk about Khan in that last round. Here we go. It's round 7. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute? You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Amir Khan, it's a and down goes Amir Khan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
We need to turn this around halfway through.
Is that forever hope? Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Johnny, I love watching these lighter fighters just based on the hand speed and the foot movement. So impressive to watch. Oh, got it cut you off here, Johnny. And down he goes. What an upset this could be as Khan is down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Khan. And there's the bell for round 8. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Oh, wait a minute. Amir Khan backing up. Looks like they've shaken it off.
It's been a tough round.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere. Look at this. This is not how the story was supposed to go. Can you believe it? Amir Khan goes down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So it's onward and upward after